Hi, my name is Mónica Fernandes. Here at Evolution Essentials, I want you to love yourself first. That's why I teach people how to lead a wellness lifestyle with holistic tools such as essential oils and Reiki. So you too can have more love, more health, and more balance in your life. I felt inspired to connect with my loved ones, my friends, and contacts all over the world. They are experts in their field. I wanted to share with you our conversations and how we deal with stress and crisis. So if at any moment in your life you're feeling down, this show is for you. Hello, Dr. Kelley. Welcome to Evolution Talks. So I'm so excited that you're my first person here because not only are you one of my best friends, but you're a mentor for me. You are just a goddess on this earth. And it seemed very adequate and appropriate to start off with you because, at this moment, whether it's during quarantine times or past quarantine times, people at all stages in life deal with stress and crisis, whether it's at personal or at work. And I just wanted to sort of bounce off ideas and brainstorm on how, you deal with stress, how we deal with stress in general, and maybe inspire somebody, give some ideas to someone that might need it at this time. So I would love for you to just, I know you, I've known you for over a decade. I don't even remember, maybe more than that. Yeah, and I just wanted for people that don't know you to just share a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Dr. Kelley. That's my first name. My married name is Kacergis, and I live in Cape Cod. So I live on the Outer Cape. I'm a holistic chiropractor, and I practice functional medicine. And, there's a variety of different types of functional medicine. So the type of functional medicine that I practice is I help my patients to uncover any physical, mental and emotional, chemical, or spiritual causes of the dis-ease or symptoms that are showing up in the body. And I work with my sister, Dr. Kemi, and we have a company called Oil Docs and More. I left my practice actually September 4th last year. Big milestone for me, right?
Absolutely.
And and what I did is I actually took my practice and turned it inside out. So I created books and podcasts and blogs, a website, and an entire business based on everything I did with my patients. And now what I'm doing is I'm empowering them to get in their driver's seat and navigate their health and healing with my help and her help.
Perfect. Well, in the description we'll have all of your links and everything if somebody wants to get in touch with you. I'm not worried about that. So I'm so glad that your life's mission's been helping people. That's how I view you. You're sort of the lighthouse, the beacon of light, and everybody, you light up, and people just gravitate towards you. And even in times of whether you're well or whether somebody's fighting something or dealing with something, I think you always have great advice for people. And so I know that we're all in lockdown at this moment, so I just wanted to ask you in general, how are you doing?
Well, grateful enough. I'm doing well, actually. I was lucky enough to, you know me, but maybe the viewers don't, right? So I know that we're all born with a guidance system. And in January, I was guided to create online classes and create a school, Oil Docs U, with my sister. So lucky enough for me, during this time where we're separated, I do a lot of Zoom classes. I field a lot of questions from my patients, and I actually do have books on Amazon, and I have my Oil Docs U, so my income hasn't really been affected, is what I'm trying to say.
So you've been productive during this time.
I've been very productive.
So what can you please just share some of the things you do if you are having a bad moment or a bad day, personally?
I'm happy to do that. I do this day in and day out. So thank you for asking the question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
first thing I find, it's very, very important how we start our day. So in the mornings, I get up, I exercise, so I move my body, and I eat really healthy throughout the day. Those are two majors, and I'll get into that a little bit more, but that has to do with your gut health, okay? And right now, currently, my daughter's home. My son is home as well, but with my daughter being home, we've been exercising together in the morning, so that's been wonderful, you know?
Awesome.
Another thing that I absolutely do is doing morning rituals.
Mhm.
So, these things are included in my books and stuff, but I live my analogy. So I wake up every morning and I will just do a thought dump. So anything that's in my head, anything I'm stressed about, I write it down, right?
Great.
So I sit in a place, right on my couch every single morning. I sit down there. I put some essential oils on. I'll do frankincense, wild orange, peppermint. Those are two of my faves. And I'll just sit down and like any feelings that might be coming up for me. So like right now, I might have feelings of fear or insecurity, or me being a social butterfly, not being able to connect with my friends and family and like physically hug them, right? So and disappointment's been a really big one for me lately. So I'll write down disappointment. So anything I'm feeling, I'm like, get it out of my head and onto the paper. So then I can go ahead and deal with whatever I need to deal with.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I definitely make sure to serve others during these times. I think that's really important. Servicing others, helping them in any way possible. And again, right now, for me, I can really only do that with Zoom and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's helpful to me. But getting outside in nature, another huge thing. I live near the ocean.
Yeah.
Sorry, my light keeps going off. But yeah, getting near the ocean's a big one. Going for hikes, spending time with my husband,
Mhm.
and then self-care.
Yeah,
Anything you can do
absolutely.
for self-care.
So how do you think that it's put, uh, like in terms of connecting with your loved ones? I know that obviously you have loved ones living with you. So has this changed anything in terms of dealing with them, or how are you dealing? I know that you're obviously, working out with your daughter and everything else. So has this put any type of strain, do you think, because people are more stressed out, or no?
Not my family, really. I mean, I'm just being
Yeah.
honest.
No,
I
that's awesome. That's
yeah,
fantastic.
from a young age, I taught my kids. They have their own. They're in their driver's seat. I'm in my driver's seat. They're passengers in my life. They're supportive for me. And I'm a big one to say when somebody needs space, give it to them, because we all have to be attached to our own guidance system. And I taught my kids that from a young age. So I know if they're struggling with something in their
Yeah.
life, I'm happy to be there at any moment in time. And I know if there's something that they need to figure out themselves, they need to go write it out. They need to
Mhm.
pray. They need to get their own guidance. And there's no substitute for that. So I never get in the way of that, but I will always, roots and wings. My daughter and I have that tattoo,
Yeah.
roots and
Yeah.
wings.
So, okay. So, you mentioned fear, and I think that's a big one sometimes when, you know, I thought about doing this because I felt that this is a time where fear comes up, and I was thinking that even if it's not during these times, even if it's, if someone is by themselves, and that fear really can become a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you think, or what do you tell people that are scared?
Well, there's a whole list of things that I do. So it's very individualized, but let's just say in general. Some people don't like to hear this one, but you got to watch what you're eating, because our gut health is so important. So all our feel-good hormones and our immune system, by the way,
Mm.
is located in our gut. So
Yeah.
I know that in these times when we're afraid and we're fearful, we want to turn for all those, quick energy snacks, donuts, cakes, cookies, chips, blah, blah, blah. But when you do that,
Full of poison.
yeah, right? So you get this inflamed gut and you feel like crap, and then your energy goes down,
Yeah.
and then the feel good hormones that you need,
Mhm.
they can't be produced. right? Or they're just like slowly produced. So the first thing I say, I know in times of fear is, if you're going to have a sweet, then make sure it's something really natural. And I'm happy. I always give out ideas to my patients. I'll even give them recipes that I use in my home that will not like spike your blood sugar, and I know that are healthy and supportive for your gut, because I love sweets just as much as the other person.
So give me an example of something that would be sort of a craving that would be natural, that would be tamed naturally.
Oh,
Or
sure. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Yeah. So, so what I love to turn to is this. I will take some frozen berries, and I'll go ahead and put some either maple syrup in the frozen berries while they're thawing on the counter, or I will do honey. And then get that nice and is still cold and it's soft. And then I like to put that with a little bit of ricotta cheese. I know it doesn't sound good, but let me tell you, it is so good. And I like to put a little bit of the banana extract.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so I'll either do berries, honey, ricotta, and vanilla extract. Or if I feel like I need a little bit of like chocolate, I will do dark chocolate, right? Real organic dark chocolate.
Yep.
I will do almond extract, ricotta cheese, a little bit of honey. So that honey gives that ricotta cheese a sweetness. And I put that in the fridge, let it get really cold, mix it up. That's good. Another thing I turn to is raw almonds in dark chocolate. Munch on that. Yeah. If you're really like the salty, I love apples and almond butter. All day long I eat that. Celery and almond butter. I love to do bananas with almond butter.
Yes, that sounds healthy. A little protein, a little for the sugar tooth, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I like protein muffins and protein. So I'll make it with like protein powder and egg whites and bananas, and I mean, I have a recipe for it, but it's really good.
Awesome. That's awesome. It's a good tips. I hadn't thought of that. I mean, I try to. I don't have a sweet tooth, I guess. So my only downfall is really chocolate, and I must have that sometimes. Not every day, but sometimes.
I have to have chocolate every day. My husband teases me that I'm really sweet, and I'm like, oh yeah, well that's not an accident, because this girl is always having her sweets.
Yeah, that's good. So in terms of, what are you most hopeful for? So I guess during this time, and sort of to, balance out that fear, you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind and your emotions, and what are you most hopeful for?
Okay, so well, let me just back up for 1 second. Yeah. So another thing with the fears that I have to have people do is mantras and meditations. Yeah. Okay. So mantras and meditations, get out in nature, and then again, not reaching for those sweets. So what am I most hopeful for? Well, what I'm most hopeful for is what I'm always most hopeful for, and that people create lives that they love and enjoy. Really. I mean, if we are living a life that we need an escape from or a vacation from, we're not living our life. What is the point of working day in and day out at a job you don't love and enjoy, staying in a relationship that you don't love and enjoy? So my hope is that people reevaluate their life and really think about, okay, when I get back into this new normal, if you will, how do I want to navigate that? How do I want to live that? What changes will I make because of this? So my hope is that people will really start to reevaluate their life and focus on finding things that they love and enjoy and keeping those in their life, not jumping back into the rat race they just got out of.
I think it's all, what you're saying is that, when you're doing things that you love, and you're sort of, this is a great time to reevaluate priorities and, do more of what you love and enjoy, then it's more balance in our lives, and more balance equals more health, right?
Absolutely. And so, not to get all sciencey and stuff, brain science, but
please do. We love that. I love that.
I love brain science nerd. But right? Well, two fronts. So first of all, when we feel good, we produce neurochemicals, right? And our brain is then bathed in those neurochemicals, so we feel good, right? And secondly, your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions, inactions, or reactions, and that produces your results. So one of the major results you're going to get from any type of thinking is that neurochemical change. If you're thinking stressful thoughts, more stressful neurochemicals are going to be produced, and your whole body feels it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, but if you tend to focus on feeling good, or feeling better than you do right now, then you're going to change your brain chemistry, which changes how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost, I think when you're talking about that, it's like the compounding effect of, say, an avalanche, and an avalanche for good and an avalanche for, not so good. That, it's all about chemistry, because our mind is so powerful, and we have the opportunity to really change our thought changing our thoughts by choosing to change our thoughts and actually doing it. You're not only vibrating higher, but you're also changing that chemistry, like you said.
100%.
And that's unbelievable that we have that power.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what I have found at the very beginning of this, in my practice, I always did energy work, as you know.
Yes, Reiki. I do. Absolutely. Reiki.
Yep. So I love Reiki and then integrated energy therapy, two of the things that you and I both use a lot. So what I found is that because I couldn't be with my patients, right, and be with my my classmates that I teach, I did an online meditation and I gave it away for free. So right on my website, it's removing energetic imprints so that people can do.
I love that. That was awesome.
Did you do that?
I love that. Yeah, I did.
Oh, great. Yeah. So it's 47 minutes long. You sit there in a meditative state, and it helps you to remove, so negative, lower energetic blocks.
Yeah. I think meditation is something that I personally need to do more of, because you sometimes forget that it's available anytime, anywhere. There's all these free apps. There's all these, recordings. You can go on YouTube and search for that. There's all these guided things that you don't have to think, oh my God, it's so hard. How do I do it? There are ways to find, even if it's just 5 minutes to do that. And I definitely think that it centers you. And, I think that, I'm personally saying this to myself, I need to create a habit of doing that, because I forget that it's available to me. When I'm doing Reiki on myself, in a way, it's a bit of a meditative, but I've been doing more nowadays. My older cat has some heart issues, and I've been doing a lot of Reiki on him twice a day. He religiously comes up in the morning to receive it, and then at night the same thing. He's very smart, and so he gets his oils down his back, and he gets some Reiki, and so it's almost like I'm taking care of others. So I'm also receiving. I know that, but at the same time, it's that meditative thing sometimes can get away from you when you're doing other things for others. I think caring for others.
And you brought up oils. Essential oils, you and I both, right? We don't go a day without using them. So changed into brain chemistry. Oils I've been using right now, adaptive, right? In the adaptive capsules. I took that to the vet
the first time that we didn't know what was happening. I was just putting adaptive all over my back and my hands and my neck and everything. I just was breathing that, and just because it was an acute stressful thing that was surprising and unexpected, and I do find that essential oils help a lot. I always and a lot of these essential oils are dual in purpose, so it can uplift you and calm you, which is fantastic. But anyway, we could talk about essential oils another time, but more of, because we could probably talk for hours on that. But so how are you connecting with your loved ones that are not with you? So the ones that are not living with you.
Well, first of all, so I have two sisters and a brother. I'm the oldest. And always, even outside of this quarantine. We always have group text going. So we send each other memes on all kinds of stuff, especially, on, coronavirus stuff. We just, keep things light. Here's another one. Like, so this morning, when I was out in the bike trail running, there was a tree and it had this and I was praying, like, just praying for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my loved ones, and like, give us a sign that things are going to be okay. And then like something told me to look at a tree and it had this beautiful heart there, this white heart. And I'm not kidding you, honest to God, it's the same exact heart that was on the floor when they took my dad away in the casket. Light came in the window and it was the same heart, same color, same shape, everything. So how I connect with my loved ones, as soon as I got home, I looked at that picture from January 15th, 2017. I sent it to my brothers and sisters in that group text, and I was like, Dad's here with us, everything's gonna be fine, right? So, and I sent them the picture, and they were like, how uncanny is this? Like the same exact heart that was on that tree, I'm getting goosies,
well, you're paying attention. When you pay attention to the signs, you can truly, get these messages, right?
Yeah, so we connected that way. And then what we did the first week of quarantine is we actually had a family karaoke and dance night.
Perfect.
So we got everybody on Zoom. My mom had never done Zoom before, and her husband, my stepdad, never done Zoom before.
Yeah.
We had my brothers, my sisters, my kids, all the kids.
All your nieces and nephews,
Nieces, nephews. And I like ran the Zoom, so I did like, all right, what's your favorite song? It's like down to like little Tatey, which he wanted to hear Baby Shark, so we did that. Some, all kinds of music that we played, Dancing Queen, and we just did, the stuff that Kemi's kids like, and it was awesome. So that was really fun.
You just touched on something that that may resonate with people, which is music and dance and singing. I know people that have the talent of dancing and singing. Even the ones that don't have the talent of dancing and singing, I think it's really a nice way to sort of lighten the mood, right? And sort of just bring your energy up. And you just gave a great idea of doing it on camera with your family. That sounds like a lot of fun. I don't think I could convince my mom to do that though. But
I mean, and like, we didn't even know if the guys would get involved, because let's face it, are they really going to be on camera and doing it? And you should have seen Misha. He was rocking it out. My brother Jimmy, and my little niece Reese loves was it A Million? That song by Frozen. It's in Frozen.
Oh yes. I think I know but I would never be able to sing it.
Right, and it's a slow song, and he was dancing with her and spinning her around and dipping her, and it was so much fun. Then we played Baby Got Back, and then Misha was like pumping this camera. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's our family, guys. Like that's the reality of what it is. And
that's awesome.
And so I was kind of videotaping those too, just because these are memories, right? So then I sent them the videotapes after. So that's just the way we've been connecting. And then of course on the phone, we do a lot of FaceTime. You and I have FaceTime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All the time. We have to.
Face to face.
And so so that kind of segues, I think, what makes you laugh?
Me?
Yeah, like that I would imagine that would make you laugh, but other things that would make you laugh, like how?
One of the most important things that makes me laugh is anything inappropriate that's in a text or anything inappropriate that is a meme. So the more the better. I am my daughter. So a different text thread I have, it's me, my sister Kemi, Misha, and my husband Pete. And my brother Jimmy. And so we find the most inappropriate texts and we send them back and forth, because I'm sorry guys, that makes me laugh. I also love, because I have a very serious job and I've been doing this for a long, long time, 20 years, right? I love some reality TV programs. Those make me laugh. I love funny movies. I love comedies. I'm trying to
Right.
think of what else. Like dancing makes me laugh because
Yeah.
I can't dance. And I'm, like when I'm dancing, I think I'm like, everybody, like, you gotta look at me, check me out, right? Then I like watch myself on a video and I'm like, what was I thinking?
You're just having fun, right?
It's fun, but like sometimes I think, oh my God, look at this. And I'm like, oh.
That's funny. So these are awesome tips, I think, even if it's inappropriate memes, you know. So I wanted to sort of, you know, I don't know how much time we have because my thing wasn't working, but I think I wanted to sort of, you know, wrap up with, you know, 5 tips on how to de-stress or deal with crisis that you would have to share.
Awesome. So I'll kind of like wrap up everything I did talk about. So
Yes.
first of all, what you eat matters. So you want to make sure you're doing lean proteins, right? Or plant-based proteins, some really good fats. So we're going to grass-fed beef, chicken, right? Avocados, coconut oil, right? Rainbows of fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
So I want to focus on the rainbow. You get your plate. I want a lot of rainbow colors, not at every single meal, but throughout the whole day, you want to hit all your colors, right? And then we did talk about good fats. And then like if I'm always like avoid wheat, avoid corn. That's just how I feel, just from testing people all over the years. So, you know, rice and rice products are fine. Potatoes for some people are fine. So that exercise, so daily exercise, preferably outside if you can do it. Okay. Mantras, meditations, and music. We talked about those daily. So how you start your day matters. And don't bring the past into today, right? You can't change the past any more than you can unscramble eggs. So you bring your past into today, right?
Yeah.
And our point of attraction for what we want in our life is right now in this moment. You can't go back and rethink a thought, right? So mantras, like I said, mantras, meditations, music is great. Self-care, taking care of yourself, you know, writing out your feelings. I think that's important. Reevaluating your life. So where you are now and what changes you're going to make as you move forward. Like, how has this changed you? What have you learned? What have you added to your life now that you know if you went back to your normal life, you know that you want to bring with you into the future? And serving others. So anytime we're fearful, anytime we feel lower energy, think of service, right? How may I serve? How may I serve? How may I serve? So for me, like I'm fielding text messages all the time. My husband teases me because I get on average between 70 and 90 text messages a day. Yeah, so a lot of times I'll have to shut it off because at night, like I had, my daughter was here, my son was here, and me and Pete, and we were watching a movie the other night, and she had a friend, and anyways, my text message was going off so much, it was like almost playing a song. So I field a lot of text messages. I don't mind doing that, and I do set boundaries with my time and energy. So serving others, doing Zoom calls, connecting with your loved ones via Zoom. And then if you are an essential employee, you know, when you're out there on the front lines, make sure you're doing a lot of self-care when you're not on those front lines and doing, you know, anything. Look for where the need is. And if you feel compelled and you are able to fill a need, then do it.
Those are awesome tips. I think that this time and is a really great opportunity to reevaluate things. And I think you've given really great ideas and on how to do that and not feel down and if you do feel down, how to change that. I think that's really important. I just can't thank you enough, Dr. Kelley. I wanted to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart and sending you lots of love this way. And I will speak with you soon again, I'm sure.
Okay, love you, my friend.
Love you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you next time.